Yes, and welcome to the first edition of the White Trash Zine podcast. This is how we're going to do it from now on. It's cheaper, easier. People don't read anything anyways, not unless it's on the internet nowadays. So this is the easiest way for us to keep doing what we like to do. And for next to nothing, because
it doesn't cost me anything.
So for all those who support
right?
the White Trash Zine, we still do make
paper
copies you can physically get.
Which
but
you
only
should.
on special requests do we mail them out. Only time we really sell those are typically at big shows, festivals, so on and so on. Today, the topic is, what is hardcore?
Lesson 1.
Hardcore, for a lot of people, is still stuck in punk rock. It's still stuck back in those late 70s, early 80s, punk rock, Minor Threat, Attitude, Black Flag, But then in the mid 90s, early 90s, better yet, you had bands like Earth Crisis, Strife, just to name a few, that started interjecting a little bit more of a metal element. Which kind of broadened the whole term of hardcore for a lot of people, and which it developed into bands like Terror, Hatebreed, so forth, so on and so on. You're leaving out All That War. I have this classification that they like to stick to, and they think hardcore is Black Flag and Minor Threat, old school punk, and really today's hardcore takes from that. But in the same token, it's not hardcore is. Hardcore is, it's not just a style of music that you play, and it never has been. It's all about your attitude and where you come from and what the song represents, to the people that listen to it and who's affected by it. That's what hardcore's always been about. It's always been about brotherhood. It's not been necessarily about who play 3 chords, or if you're doing scales, or if you got double kicks, or your song's 2 minutes long, or for 6 minutes long. But you got all these people that they like to make and think and classify and hey, we don't judge people, we're open. But then when it comes down to the style of music, they obviously don't know about the style of music, and that are just a bunch of youngsters that weren't there in the scene, such as a person like myself, not to brag or to boast or mean that to be cocky in any way.
With the boots, man.
But I know, I live it. I did live it. What it means to be a hardcore is representing,
cracking skulls, man.
standing up.
We was wearing shoes.
That's what hardcore is about.
That
wasn't about the music.
Crap, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the music is a very important part of it.
Shoes, man.
But the stylistic part of the music wasn't the focus on what it meant to be hardcore. No more than what it was when somebody said what it meant to be punk rock. Every punk rock band doesn't sound like the Sex Pistols, or you shouldn't just assume, it came out as a punk band, they're still a punk band, and they sound like this and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother spiel. Personally, I don't think they're punk rock, but hey, whatever. What do I know? But I think I know a little bit about hardcore. So,
straight up,
to me and to the White Trash Zine,
East Side,
the people that have been around doing it since the 90s, that were there when it started.
So listen, youngster.
Punk rock, hardcore, hardcore, new school, metal, it's all hardcore, you know what I mean? This is what it represents, this is what it means. Worldwide, There's no hating in it, man, Let's lighten up and let's give back, that's what hardcore is, Hardcore foundation, it's always been about having a bigger understanding, not being small-minded, closed-minded, and thinking, I need to have long hair like someone who does a metal, or like someone who's a punk needs to have a mohawk to be punk, or to this. Hardcore's never been about those labels. It's always been about being free within who you are, you know what I mean? Being open and honest and standing up for what's right and calling out those that are wrong.
Class war.
All these people that are whoremongers and haters all this and that.
Yuppies.
That's what they can get. You know what I mean?
Hipsters.
Clear it out. Clear the throat. You know what I'm saying? Because what's hardcore?